Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark 3 and welcome back to the big stompy robot simulator that is MechWarrior Online for more, wow, words already, for more big stompy robot action. In this case, really big because as you can see there is a king crab waiting in the background. A very colourful king crab. Yeah, this is one of the new hero mechs that released on Tuesday. In this case, the KGC-KJ variant, or the King Crab Kaiju, I think it is. Even if it's not, I'm just going to keep calling it the Kaiju anyway, because, you know, monster. I've been poking around with this a little bit, trying to get to configurations, but I just like how it stands out with this virulent blue as its highlight, and a deeper blue in general, because the skin on this mech changes the tone all over and gives it a nice scaled motif, as well as glowing blue highlights, so I quite like it in this respect. Anyway, let's go ahead and go into the mech lab. Here we go. As you can see, this mech is packed to capacity, and this is honestly the second variant. I tried to set up a different one, which was basically based along lines of using PPCs and ERPPCs, but it wasn't working out. So in the end I just stripped it down and decided, hey, let's try the pulse lasers instead. Because the Kaiju is actually based around a lot of energy weapons. I mean, it has 6 energy hardpoints in the arms, 2 ballistics in the torso, and then it's got the usual missiles in the left torso over there. So it's basically swapped its roles for ballistics and energy weaponry. Kaiju is an energy weapon specialist, at least in most respects. Let's check its bonuses actually. ISPPC velocity plus 30%. It comes as stock with 4 standard Innisphere PPCs. And then it's got a cooldown on energy, and then it's just some missile, and it's got no ballistic bonuses whatsoever, so Also, I would like to thank my Jester for his great sacrifice. Once again, I have torn out the Jester's power plant, so the Jester is currently crippled. And yeah, so this is another King Crab running on a mighty XL 355. So the great big bowels that I've got apparently still great and big and all that stuff. But it gives it a 57.5 top speed. Though, that said, unfortunately I've not had a chance to play this mech. I've been focused too much on other things, so this is going in without any skill modification whatsoever. So it can only get better from here, basically. Anyway, let's keep going. It's built on the Endosteel chassis and double heat sinks that come as stock with this particular mech. And it's got a standard armor plating, which again is a stock. But I've capped it out at 100 tons and 78 slots, so this is as packed as it can get. And with 9 extra double heat sinks, it's got heat management of 1.09, so it's on the low side, but as I said, it will only get better as you tweak it with skills. So yes, primary armament is a hextet, meaning 6 large pulse lasers, 3 in each arm. Though that said, there is a heat warning here. 3 large pulse lasers will result in a heat spike, so the idea is you're meant to fire off 1 arm at a time. And unusually for my King Crab builds, the arms are the primary weapon systems. Backing that up, I have a pair of MGs supplied with a ton of ammo each, so that is actually a lot, to be quite honest, for an MG set, especially for 2 MGs. But it was either that, or I had the MGs and their ammo swapped out for an additional double heatsink, and then I pumped up the armor, and the entire mech would be the 1.1 tons underweight, and I didn't want to do that, so that wasn't working. And I mentioned earlier that I tried a PPC version. It had treble PPCs, but it had even less heat sinks because there was no spare weight capacity for it. That was like 3 tons underweight, and 6 PPCs, it just couldn't handle it. As soon as it fired 3 of them, it practically melted on the spot. As in the fact, if it was moving faster, if it was just moving around on a hot map, firing 3 PPCs would just overheat it and send it straight into shutdown, so that wasn't working out, which is a shame. But yeah, I think an ISPPC version would probably have been a bit more viable there, because they don't run as hot. Also, something I want to quickly point out is that because of the patch where this particular mech came in, the large pulse lasers have lost their point of damage. Excuse me. They do 10 points each now instead of 11, but their cooldown has been slightly reduced, so they fire a tiny bit faster to compensate. So I think their DPS is roughly the same. Anyway, moving on. Skills trees. Here we go. As I said, this is a fresh one, so there is absolutely diddly squat in here. No skill points spent. I didn't have any reserve to install any from General EXP, because I've not been able to play much this week. So, no SP available, no bonuses whatsoever. But any SP I earn from this mech going forward, I'm dumping straight into operations, because I want this thing to run a bit cooler. If you're in a heavy energy weapon mech, you want to run as cold as possible in general for the most part. And this mech is likely to face some overheating problems in the thick of combat, so I want to get things like heat containment and cool running above all else. Then after that, I'll probably do what's normal for such a tough mech and go into the survival tree. Though that said, I think going into firepower is also a perfectly viable option because you can get a lot of cooldown and heat generation tweaks to reduce how much heat the large pulse lasers will be generating and just increase general combat viability. So those would be the 3 picks, I think, as far as my skill trees go. Operations for heat, survival for endurance, firepower for boosting your lasers. Because your lasers are in the arms and you want them to be dealing a lot of damage. You've only got the one weapon system really. The MGs are like an added bonus for up close. Or maybe you could go mobility. I mean, you've got an XL355, but you've got to remember, you're still a king crab, so these flat percentage bonuses are not going to do all that much, all things considered. It'll still be more effective to just go into survival and firepower. But yes, that's what I do with the skills. Lastly, weapon grouping. Fire off the arms individually, of course, group 1, group 2, and then 3 and 4 both toggle the machine guns which are sitting up there on top of the mech. Maybe a bit of wasted potential there, because, of course, really high mounted ballistic slots on this, but I was going for an energy build on this, so that's why there's only MGs up there. So yes, that is my King Crab Kaiju with its fluorescent blue teeth and glowing beady little eyes up there. It is time to throw this into some matches and see how well it does. I'll be very surprised if I manage to avoid overheating, to be quite honest, but that remains to be seen. Anyway, in we go to the fights.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command to ground troops, defend our base and assault the enemies.
Rays are open, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gents, to Forest Colony. The game mode is Incursion, so kill the enemy base, try not to let ours get killed, basically. Get my pods about open. I don't know if you saw the pop-in when I started, but I'm afraid the saga of my computer slowly but surely dying a tortuously drawn-out death seems to be going on. I've been noticing a lot more pop-in going on of late, so I mean, look at that flickering thing there. Don't know if you saw that, but that base was flickering for me, so I have issues, which sucks, but something is very clearly breaking down, slowly but surely. Anyway, yes. There is one thing I want to quickly touch on, which is, I feel I owe another apology. Yes, I know. Don't worry, this is not going to take up the entire video, but it's still something I feel I should do. And if you encountered my video on Monday, then that reaffirms my whole commitment to I apologise when I feel I should, and I am not afraid to do so. So, there is another apology owed here. And again, this is to Epics. I apologise for not responding to your comments earlier in the week. I will be doing so, and that will be up before this video is actually, so that is going to happen. It's just that when I'm feeling a bit overrun and worn down by work, I tend to slow down responding on comments. But in this case, I feel like I really should not have held off on responding to comments.
Acquired.
So I am sorry for that. But this entire thing is a situation that I don't think should have been left hanging quite as much as it has been.
Incoming missile.
And I'm getting bombarded. People do love to shoot missiles at king crabs, don't they? Oh yeah. And of course my lasers are very, very low slung, so
Target destroyed.
I need to be aware of that. So yes, I apologise. And that's why I've been silenced in all the comments of the last week, because I've had a very hard time at work basically this week.
Target acquired.
And I am overheating faster than I would like, but that is to be expected with so many large pulse lasers. Right, hello there.
Heat level critical.
Oh jeez, yeah, I'm about to melt down already.
Heat level critical.
Out, and overheated, and I'm being shot in the back, I think. So override. Come on, up, up, up. No, I was just getting glanced. Okay, that's good.
New target
But we seem to have an
acquired.
enemy surge going on through H7 and I8, as far as I can tell. Not entirely sure. I really, really, really miss those cool running options. Oh, hello.
New target acquired.
We got an enemy force moving into our base proper. Yeah, someone noticed in the chat that the base is being attacked. Let's move. Still don't come across incursion game modes that much, but even a bushwhacker is still a bit of a serious thing to have running around in our base. So I'm going to go back there and try to help. Actually, it looks like that bushwhacker is the only thing in there. An assault is probably a bit much for going back to help out, but... Oh, we've got two allied mechs
New
over there
target
helping.
acquired.
Oh, there's a fire starter too.
Our radar has power.
Oh, geez, there's 3 mechs, okay. Diverting a king crab back to the base is definitely not overkill. I think it is kind of necessary because there's multiple enemy mechs coming in, including ECM equipped gear.
New target acquired.
A grinner. Isn't that Jenna? I don't know. Okay. Also, I'm trying to do this again with reduced
We have lost our air
cooldown.
control tower.
Reducing the load on my system a bit, but... Hello. Am I in your way here? I apologise.
Level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Override, get up.
Engage.
Yeah, I think we're going to lose this because the king crab did divert, but my heat management is not
We've
enough.
lost our jamming
Target
tower.
destroyed. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Boom! Melted your cockpit, son. Haha.
Target acquired.
Hello,
Override
bushwhacker.
shut down.
Our base is under
Yeah, I am so very hot right now.
Override shut down.
Oops, did I kill your leg? Ow! I think I just blew myself up. Yes, I did. I just overloaded my own engine trying to sort this thing out. This build was way too hot. Still, I managed to blow the leg straight off that bushwhacker, so I did something. But, yeah, the enemy's just rushing our base at this
We've
point,
lost
I
our
think.
radar tower.
Oh, we have an idle thunderbolt,
Radar is out of power.
apparently. Who's left? There's 2 enemies. I think they're both in our base,
is
though.
under attack.
Yeah, and our last base structure is under attack, so... Oh, there goes that locust. Very good. I think this build is not the best.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, one of their lighter machines is still around.
Target
Oh.
acquired.
Oh, all enemies in our base were killed. Good. Okay, I think we're going to win this one. Aye. But yeah. Anyway, I said it was rough work because I've been working for most of the latter half of the week. And that is now done. But apparently my bosses have decided that, well,
Our base is under
My boss had decided it would be a good idea to put me into stock working again because I am on the mend. My feet are up to it.
To all remaining troops, pull back.
Oh,
Mission has
damn it.
failed.
They managed to get us. Okay, I'll pick up my story again as to why I've been having a bit of a rough week. 4 assists, 298 damage done. You know what? I'm going to take those MGs off and put in the last heatsink. I think I need it. Okay. Yep, see you in the next fight.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gents. Welcome to Grim Plexus. The game mode is skirmish, so shoot anything that moves because it might be an enemy. Unless it's got a big marker above saying, I am a friendly, you idiots don't shoot me. In which case, odds are sometimes you will shoot them anyway. But yes, welcome to skirmish. I have made the changes I suggested. I am 0.8 tons underweight, which is confusing me greatly because while messing around with setups before, it was coming out at 1.1 underweight, so I don't know what happened there. But all my tweaks, my sacrifice of the MGs, have let me mount another heatsink, and I get an almighty game-changing 0.02 heat scale because of that. Yeah, it doesn't sound as impressive when you actually get to the number, does it? Still, it's better than nothing, so I'll take what I can get. Also, I should open my shutters. There we go. All lasers ready to fire. Yeah, this build runs really hot, so I'll take what I can get, basically, at this point. Anyway, continuing my story. The week's been kind of stressful from work because some bright spark at head office decided that... Hello, enemies over there. Decided that rather than have deliveries of incoming products and stuff arrive when we want them in a nice, orderly way, because normally they turn up like on 3 specific days when we asked for them, they now turn up here, there, and everywhere whenever the drivers bloody well feel like it. So, that was a really good thing to discover had happened this week. But the result is that I've been... Whoa! I just ate a PPC shot, I think. Though it says my armor did get really damaged, so it must have hit me in the torso. No, I'm way out of range. Yeah, they're trying to snipe us. So... a bunch of us are really confused about why they've made this change. Nobody's really sure. Nobody's heard anything. But I have to... My own thoughts on it are that I think the bigger stores can absorb such a change because they can afford to have their staff around more, you know?
Target
There's someone moving around behind us, isn't there?
New target acquired.
Right? So bigger stores can have more staff around in general anyway, so they can absorb the change. But small stores like ours... On Tuesday, basically, we had... no, not Tuesday. Basically, we have to decide when we want our stock working people to be on shift, and when not to, because we just don't have enough people, and we can't afford the wages to have them around every day. So we have to be very careful with that. But now the deliveries show up whenever they feel like, we can't keep people around just in case the delivery decides to show up, because we need to get through deliveries as soon as possible. And the result is that I have been shifted almost entirely into stock work, because I may be primarily a cashier, but I was originally hired as a stock worker, and since I'm more mobile now, you know, go ahead, get on your feet and go and put out stock. But we've got so much sitting around because the deliveries are showing up when we don't have the stock workers actually on shift for the most part. And since I'm a multi-role, like I can do both.
New target acquired.
Oh, geez, this is bad.
Heat level critical.
And I'm overloading already. We've got enemies in G7, guys. 2 mechs incoming. Just letting them know that that's happening. Because I kind of got back a little bit. Oh, damn it. There goes my rear armour. Ow. Damn it all. Ow, 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 ow. I am getting kept to pieces really, really rapidly.
Destroyed.
Hello, Mad Cat.
Critical damage. Heat level critical.
Yeah, I am definitely cooling down a bit faster, so that's good. And I think they heard my warning, but yeah, that's what's been happening. And since I'm multi-role, I've been acting as backup till for someone on the main till, so I help out there, and then I'm helping move around lots and lots and lots and lots of heavy stock. Because I'm a big guy, I'm pretty strong, so they want me just moving things here, there, and everywhere. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So yes, that's that.
We've almost got them all.
Acquired.
Clean up the survivors.
Okay, I got one. Right. So that's what's been happening, and that's why I've not been responding to comments this week, because it's just been a very sudden shift in my work pattern and how much strain it puts on me. So, yay.
Target acquired.
Anyway, let's talk about the mech really quickly. My main comment is still this is a very hot build, but it's got clusters of 3 large pulse lasers in the arms. That is a lot of
Target
firepower
destroyed.
very close together. Yay, supply cache.
Good job, soldiers.
So basically I can deal 30 with extremely high accuracy if I can get my aiming on the target. Which, this is me, I struggle to do it. Basically. 208, 1 kill, 3 assists. So I was doing fairly well there, but I'm still trying to get used to this particular loadout. But yeah, that went pretty well, I think. So, all in all, I actually like this build. It's a deadly accurate fighter. If I can keep the heat under control, that is the main thing. This thing likes to melt itself down, as you saw in the first match when it just torched its own. I pushed the mech because I was trying to keep our base safe, but I wound up torching my own power plant because of just how much heat I was putting out. So I think that was a bit of mismanagement there. I'm not used to a mech that runs as hot as this one, but I like it. I do like this King Crab with massive numbers of energy weapons. So the Kaiju, I think, is a very welcome addition to my King Crab roster, and it's definitely one that shakes up the meta as far as King Crabs are concerned. You know, because high amount ballistics, but lots of energy weapons in the arms, so it's very different to the other King Crabs. It's the only one that actually changes that pattern up. Anyway, since you're here, let's do something amazing. And open a supply cache. Ooh, I could get a Wolverine if I'm very lucky. Probably won't get it though, but I don't normally do this, but hey, let's go ahead. Open sesame! What will I get? What will I get? Probably an SRM. And it is an SRM2 plus Artemis. Yay! Just what I've always wanted, that. Oh, these caches are not very good at saying how much chance there is on different things, but I would have liked that Wolfhound. Oh well. But yeah, I like this build. I really want to get some heat skill up though, because it just runs so damn hot with 6 large pulse lasers in it. I still don't know why I'm 0.8 tons underweight. It's very strange that. Let's go into my skills really quick. Do I have enough SP for 1 skill point? I do! Oh, 2 skill points! Yay! 2 skill points! I'm putting them straight into operations like I said I would. Dumping it straight there. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough to reach anything useful for heat, but speed retention. I'm a King Crab. Improved gyros. There we go. But yeah, this has been I Am Mark III. Welcome very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show and my thoughts on a potential loadout for the King Crab Kaiju variant. And I died quite spectacularly in the first one, so, you know, there's always entertainment to be had there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. Some other place, some other big stompy thing. Yeah. See you all later.